Hello Darts Nuts, I'm going to do another review from the Shot Start range. This particular one is from the Fox model, and this is a 70% tungsten dart, and these retail for £24.18 from dartswarehouse.com. This is a 24-gram model, and like I said with the brass Joker darts, it's aimed at people that are progressing from, say, like a beginner level up to a more advanced stage, but are still just coming out of that phase where they're just switching from maybe brass darts to tungsten. But it's a pretty good looking dart anyway, so I'm sure it'll appeal to people who just want a tungsten dart. Now, one thing I often advise beginners is maybe the best type of barrel to start with is a straight barrel, and that's exactly what these are. Inside the box you've got the inlay card, which has got some instructions on how to play various games. On the back it tells you a little guide about the Shot Start range. This is like the top end of the range, so you're progressing up to the kind of next phase of your darting career, you could say. Now, a lot of people do start off with tungsten darts, so there's nothing wrong with that, but there's also a lot of people that may not be able to afford a tungsten set, or they might just get a set which are already brass and that they come with the dart. And quite often people tend to enjoy playing with the brass and may find it a little bit difficult to switch from the thicker brass barrels to the thinner tungsten barrels. So this is probably why they've come out with such a range as this, so then you've got pretty good options on how to develop. With the darts you've got two sets of flights. This is the Shot Start Fox. Feels like a 100 micron I think, and then you've got some what look to be short polycarbonate stems and some alloy stems, and obviously your barrels. So we'll have a close look at the barrels now. Okay, here's a close look at the Fox 24-gram darts. Then I'll put the detailed picture up with all the measurements. Barrels come with a black coated point, and it's got quite a square bull nose to the barrel. Obviously, as you can see, it's a straight barrel, but it's got a very nice grip on it. It's kind of a thinly cut ring style grip, but it also has a kind of a micro grip machined onto it. That is quite grippy. Well, even on that bit there it's quite grippy where it hasn't got the ring grip. I'd say that's probably high medium verging onto a high level of grip, but it's got a nice micro style grip cut into the barrel, but overall it's a pretty nice grip. Yep. So I'll just let you look at the barrel. There's your alloy shafts, short, and then you've got a nicely designed standard flight. I think this is probably good for any style of grip as well. Feels quite good there on my front grip, but there's grip pretty much all along the barrel, so it should be fine for all types of grip really. Alright then, I'll put the detailed picture up now. Here's the detailed look at the darts. It's got a 25mm point. It's a slightly tapered bull nose, and that section is 5.9mm wide, and then you go into a section with a very thin ring grip with thin grooves, and then slightly bigger rings and grooves at the end. That's about 10mm wide. And then there's a section just of the micro grip, which is 7.5mm wide. And then you go into another section which is a combination of the same thin rings and slightly bigger rings and quite deep grooves in between. That's 16.7mm wide. And then the rear of the barrel is just the micro grip right to the end of the shaft, which tapers very slightly at the end. That's 10.7mm wide. Overall length is 50.74mm and the width is 6.74mm. Let's take some measurements then. Barrel length is 50.74 and the width should be the same all the way along. The width is 6.74mm. Let's measure that end just to check. Yep, 6.74. And there's just that little taper right at the front, but I don't think I'll be able to measure that. So 6.74. Okay, I'll measure the weight of the barrels. That is 24.3 grams. And that is 24.24. And that is 24.19. So let's take that slightly heavier one, and the weight of the full setup is 26.33 grams. Alright then, I'll see if I can get the balance point. It should be pretty close to the centre, with nothing attached. It's just about there, so it is just in front of the centre actually. And it should be more central now with the setup. Just about there. Yeah, that's pretty much bang in the centre there. So that's the Fox from the Shot Start range. It's 24 gram barrels. These are also available in 22 and 26 gram. Retail for £24.18 at the current exchange rate from dartswarehouse.com. And I think if you like a very grippy straight barrel dart, you don't even have to be a beginner, but that is quite a nice grip on that. So let's give them a throw and see how they go. Unbelievable. Robin Hood on my first throw, and I think the second dart hit the first one as well. Certainly stuck in. I'm holding it on that very grippy bit there on the front, probably just a little bit above that, not quite at the nose. Nice and grippy that though. I'd say it's probably not quite high level grip, but it's almost there. It it's getting pretty close to a high level of grip. For some reason as well, the darts feel, I don't know, they just feel kind of light. Don't know why that might be like, but I know they're only 24 gram, but they just seem to feel very light to throw. But I'll just have a few more throws there. It's a little bit mixed, those first few throws, so I'll just carry on from that grip. I think what's putting me off a little bit at the moment is the shafts are coming loose, so I'm having to tighten them a bit. I should have put some rubber O-rings on. Getting a bit used to them now though. It's the only thing with aluminium stems, if you don't put a rubber O-ring on, they tend to work loose dead easy. Yeah, starting to get a bit used to them now, flying alright. Not seeing any problems with through the air. The flying steady enough. I'm not seeing any fishtailing or spiraling. Just a fairly steady flight. But that is from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw from the centre grip now, just to see what that feels like. It's not too bad, just throwing it a little bit high though. Let's have another throw from the middle. Yep, lost the line now. So it's not too bad thrown from there. I think I prefer it from the front, although I couldn't really detect any difference in the balance. It was just maybe a little bit flatter throwing it from the middle, so I'll have a throw from that race section now. Actually seemed to throw better from there than it did the centre. One more throw from there. Strangely, it throws quite well from the rear, considering that's not my natural grip, but stems are coming loose again. Annoying that. I'm just going to go back to my front grip now. shaft was coming loose again, annoying me that. Anyway, that's the Shot Start Fox 24 gram 70% tungsten darts. Kind of reminds me a bit of the dart that I designed for the Darts Nuts forum. Has a very similar shape, and it has a very nice thinly cut ring grip, and after a while I was getting quite used to the balance of them. I was quite surprised that threw well with my rear grip. I was really surprised about that. But nice little dart, flies well, nice and stable, so pretty good dart with a nice grip, and it probably should suit any grip position really, whether it's a front, middle or rear. So if you want a nice straight barrel dart with a nice grippy micro and ring grip, that's the one. So that's the end of the review. Thanks for watching.